The internet simply took off, and for good cause. Papoose's life broke overnight if even half of what is being whispered online is true. We are discussing the breakdown of one of hip-hop's most devoted love stories, rumors of a secret child, and concealed DNA reports. The same individual who once penned poetry about remaining faithful may have discovered the kind of secret that destroys faith. Claressa Shields, the unbeaten boxing queen at the center of it all, may have been battling more than her rivals the entire time. Whispers claim that Papoose discovered something in Claressa's personal cloud, a file with the name DNA_report_final. Who would name a file that unless they have a major secret? The internet detectives lost their minds. Twitter collapsed. As soon as Reddit users zoomed in on screenshots, gossip blogs began publishing speculations more quickly than readers could reload their feeds. According to insiders, Papoose had already packed up and vanished, but Claressa's camp declined to comment. The pair who previously stood for eternity just pushed the erase button. Everyone initially believed the story to be a hoax or another rumor spread by fans. Then followed the hazy PDF, the screenshots, and that late-night tweet from an unidentified account that claimed to be familiar with the circumstances. All of a sudden, this was no longer gossip. The search for the truth was a manhunt. And Papoose, the man who made his reputation on loyalty, stopped grinning in the midst of all that mayhem. This is the same man who supported Remy Ma throughout her most trying times. Fans believed he had at last achieved peace when he reunited with Claressa. But there were truths concealed underneath the edited images and popular acclaim. According to sources, Claressa maintained a confidential folder named Family Matters on her laptop. Papoose is said to have discovered the file that altered everything within. It was simply sitting among recent files. It wasn't locked or hidden. According to reports, the document is called DNA_confidential_final. Marcus J.B. Shields, age 7, was listed in the PDF. The name was blocked out under Father. It read Claressa M. Shields under Mother. According to them, Papoose didn't blow up instantly. He saved the file, played it cleverly, and bided his time. He even engaged a private detective to verify the legitimacy of the document, according to an insider who goes by the name Queen's Clarity on the internet. They stated that the information was re-uploaded a few weeks before Papoose discovered it, having been scanned at a Detroit medical facility in 2018. The name C. Shields Official was displayed in the metadata. At that point, waiting became heartbreaking. Claressa posted a mysterious message in the interim. Certain truths don't require confirmation. For admirers, it was a confession, but it might have meant anything. Her remarks went viral. People tagged Papoose with side-eye emojis and asked him questions he never responded to, curious about Marcus's identity. Papoose once remarked, "Sometimes you think you're the father of peace, but you're just renting happiness," in an old interview that several followers recalled. It sounded like poetry in those days. It sounded more like a warning now. The leaks then appeared. A purported public relations assistant asserted that she received payment to remove child-related images from Claressa's records. She even posted a note that said, "Make sure the DNA receipt or anything involving MJ doesn't come to light." That message ignited the internet, whether it was true or not. Claressa remained mute, and her lack of speech was quite telling. An audio snippet appeared on TikTok a few days later. "You made me love a lie," a man's voice stated. The tone, accent, and subdued rage sounded exactly like Papoose. It received millions of views in a matter of hours. According to insiders, he took a notebook and one suitcase when he silently left their penthouse that same evening. One note he left behind: "Some fights can't be won with gloves." Claressa's security cameras had been turned off by the following morning, and a locksmith had been seen altering her locks. It was referred to as routine maintenance by her team. It was dubbed damage control by fans. There was silence on both sides. The sponsors of Claressa disabled comments. Papoose erased every picture of them together, even the one with the comment, "My champion forever." Just that became a trending story. #ChampionForever. Then, according to a phony as a narrative, Marcus's father was a former acquaintance of Claressa's who may have been connected to her early boxing career. Screenshots proliferate very quickly. There were several theories. Reddit investigators examined historical pictures of Claressa with children at charity functions, focusing on any bracelets, initials, or other details that would connect her to the youngsters. A USB disk bearing the label "Truth Hurts" was soon found in an anonymous letter sent to a writer in Detroit and obtained by gossip blogs. Although the journalist did not verify its contents, she did imply that it included files that matched recent internet disclosures. Everyone thought Papoose was the source. He did not refute it. A classic move. Leave the details to the internet. The plot twist then appeared. A woman's voice was heard in a brief video stating that he was never meant to know. The timestamp corresponded to the day when Papoose was said to have found the file. It made no difference if it was a deep fake or genuine. The damage was already done. Once commended for his loyalty, the guy was now viewed as having been deceived. The strong woman was now portrayed as dishonest. Additionally, the internet transformed sadness into entertainment because it was ravenous for upheaval. However, just when everyone believed it was finished, things took a turn for the worse. A blogger disclosed that the child's name line was blank and that the leaked DNA information had been edited, indicating that the file was altered before being leaked. 2 uploaders, not one, were displayed in the metadata. Perhaps Papoose was a ruse. Perhaps this fallout was intended by someone. Rumors suggested PR sabotage, envious competitors, and even Remy Ma. Karma masquerading as revenge. Although nothing was confirmed, everything seemed plausible. The sponsors went into a frenzy. Nike put a promotion on hold. Claressa was silently taken down from Beats by Dre's homepage. Love never left as quickly as money did. Neither of them said a word. Their only form of communication was likes. "You can't heal where you are hurt" is a quotation that he found appealing. One that said, "Some men only understand loyalty when they lose it" caught her attention. Digital edition of Silent War. Then, without warning, Claressa posted a single phrase on X. Calm. Just peace. No hashtags, no emoticons. The internet went down. Was there a surrender? Shadow technique? Nobody was aware. It became more sinister behind closed doors. Claressa allegedly said to Papoose, "Transparency only works when both of us aren't hiding," according to a stylist. That line changed the course of events. What if he had secrets too? Leaked texts that purportedly showed Papoose messaging another lady, LT, with phrases like, "She'll never know about us," and "We both lose if the truth is revealed." Overnight, the devoted man became suspicious. Both were now being targeted. A digital storm of receipts, rumors, and retaliation has imprisoned 2 individuals who once represented dedication. The biggest twist yet was revealed by Claressa's former instructor just as the internet was beginning to move on. He stated in an interview that shadows are fighting everyone. That child is not who they believe. He grinned and said, "Let's just say the DNA file wasn't hers to begin with," in response to the question of whether a child was actually present. The planet erupted once more. Whose kid was it if it wasn't hers? Who set Claressa up if she wasn't concealing the truth? Perhaps the true conflict was between truth and the internet itself, rather than between couples. After a startling Reddit post surfaced, the internet went crazy once more. According to a former publicist, the entire leak was a plot to damage Claressa and Papoose's reputations. She suggested that a third party, possibly Remy Ma, was insidiously plotting retaliation. Claressa spoke up amidst the plethora of hypotheses and jokes on social media. She said, "Some battles aren't meant for the ring," alongside a picture of boxing gloves on a church bench. It was seen by fans as a statement of faith, peace, or even retirement. Insiders, however, claimed it was a warning. She was prepared to respond differently. Then, everything went wrong. Clarissa's solicitors sent a strong legal notice requesting the removal of all phony files. The stunner, one of Papoose's own circle members, found their way to New York via the digital trail. The internet turned against him overnight. Conversations and screenshots revealed his team's strategy for releasing the DNA file for media attention. Claressa was suddenly the victim, and the devoted husband was the monster. She disclosed that there was no evidence of a secret child in the file. Her cousin's son was under temporary guardianship. What appeared to be a controversy turned out to be a sacrifice. The truth was harsh. Papoose failed to expose treachery. He made it. He lost the very thing he preached as a result: devotion.